So this is the Crosstour 1080p Wi-Fi. A friend of mine got it by accident from Amazon. He tried to return it and they weren't interested in dealing with getting it back. He handed it off to me and said, "Hey, tell me what you think of this thing." And so I wanted to compare it to the current GoPro, the GoPro Hero 7 Black. The current GoPro is $400. The Hero 7 Black is $400. The Crosstour is $40, actually $39.95. And so the question is the GoPro worth 10 times more than this little camera, or can you put up with 10 times less performance from this camera compared to a GoPro? So I shot video of both, and I'll show you that in a second. But first I want to show you what comes in the box. The camera itself, it has an LCD screen on the back, which is not great. The build quality on this in general is not great. You can see that all of the ports and everything are open like they were on a Hero 3 or maybe a Hero 2. It's got a number of little buttons, including the similar GoPro mode, power, and fire button up here. They call it OK. It looks like Hero 2, I guess, or Hero 3 maybe. And it comes in a similar case to the Hero 2s and 3s. I put the skeleton backdoor, what the GoPro calls a skeleton backdoor, which is a backdoor with openings so that you can hear from it. The current GoPros are all waterproof without a housing like this. This one still uses a housing. And this actually feels almost identical to the GoPros as I recall them. And so this is fine. The camera struck me as being really light as soon as I got it. So light that for a split second I thought it was a scam. I thought it was just an empty housing. But in fact, it was not. If I can remember how to power it on. It will power on eventually. The LCD screen on the back is not great. It doesn't have really good color rendition. It's obviously not a touch screen. The real problem is that it's not particularly viewable from any angle except directly in front of it. It grays out pretty quickly. And outside, it's almost completely unusable. But what is interesting is what comes in the box. So this is the box that it came with. And so remember, the camera is $40. Here is, for that $40, you get a camera with a battery. You get a housing, a waterproof housing. I've got the skeleton back door on it. There's the regular back door. This is some form of strap with Velcro. This is a handlebar seat post mount. This is sticky mounts, a lens cloth, and some zip ties and a lanyard wire. This is what GoPro calls, and this is identical to the GoPro one, GoPro calls this the helmet mount. Oh, these must work with that strap, so you can connect these to pieces. It's a pretty standard GoPro arm mount, a pretty standard GoPro short arm mount, another pretty standard GoPro short arm mount, a pair of tripod mounts, an additional battery, I don't know what that is, some form of, I don't know what it clips to, but it can connect like that, I don't know. This might actually be a GoPro mount that fell in that box by accident, but I could be wrong. A charging cable, and this thing, which I can't quite figure out what this thing is for. The camera will snap into it, but I can't figure out how to mount it. I suppose I could mount it to a tripod like that. And then this is I guess the equivalent of just the frame mount. I'm not sure what these are for, but I don't know. But in any case, you got a lot of stuff in the box, man. This is $40 worth of accessories If only that battery would work in my GoPro. Easily 40 bucks worth of accessories that are all compatible with GoPros, so that's kind of cool. My big concern, complaint is build quality. It just doesn't feel that well made. And of course, what does the video look like? So let's take a look. The biggest difference, Crosstour is 40 bucks. The GoPro is 400. So is the GoPro 10 times better than the Crosstour? So my biggest single complaint looking at the footage is color rendition. And yeah, you could color correct it and get good color out of it, but that'd take a lot of time. Most of the time when I'm shooting with my GoPro, I'm pulling it out pretty quickly and editing something up and posting it to Instagram or YouTube or something like that. So I don't want to go through the trouble of color correcting everything. I'm not making feature films. That's my biggest complaint. Obviously, we're missing image stabilization, and there is a jarring, almost strobing to find items like the gravel in the pavement, which I'm sure has something to do with the shutter. So would I recommend this? Is this acceptable for 40 bucks? I think the only way I would use this is if I had to mount a GoPro someplace where I was positive it was going to get damaged, and I really just wanted to get the card out of it. I'm not going to rely on this for super important footage. This is the sort of thing I would like mount to the cat. And have you seen that video of the guy who mounts a GoPro to his cat and lets the cat just sort of wander around all day? I would mount it in a situation like that where I'm like, I may not get this thing back, or I know it's going to get destroyed. So for 40 bucks, it shoots video. Yeah, I'll stick with my GoPro.